A very warm welcome to all of you. And I'm joined by noted climate activist, innovator, Mr. Sonam Wangchuk, who is in Delhi on a hunger strike on certain basic issues that have to do with the life and future of Ladakh. So a very warm welcome to you on News 9 Live. So we would like to know what is the core objective of the YATRA that you have undertaken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you take us through the core objectives, sir?
So, if you ask me, it's not just for Ladakh, as you said. Yes, it's for the whole of the Himalayas and the nation. The core objective in the case of Ladakh is to safeguard Ladakh under the 6th schedule, as was promised in the last few elections by the leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2019, 2020. This is important because 6th schedule brings democracy to the grassroots in the case of indigenous tribal populations in 6th schedule areas. And secondly, it is restoration of democracy in Ladakh, just as it will happen in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, as an environmentalist, my point of view is that to safeguard the fragile ecology of the mountains of Ladakh, local people's participation in how it is managed is utmost important, and therefore I am supporting the apex body of Ladakh and KDA of Kargil and apex body of Leh in their demand for this local democracy.
So what has been the response of the government to the demands you have picked up?
So there have been talks going on between the central government and apex body and KDA, but they have been rather slow and broke down in March. So it's been now roughly 5 months since it broke down, and we are seeking that this be resumed. So far, we haven't had a response except for a detention at the borders of Delhi, after which we started an unshan, and then on the promise or on the assurance that we will be able to meet a top leader of the country, we broke the fast at Rajghat. But then in the next few days, as promised, there was no date for a meeting, so we had to start the fast again. And since we couldn't get any place when we asked for the designated place like Jantar Mantar, so we had to finally do it where we were kept at Ladakh Bhavan in a kind of semi-detention. So we started where we were kept at Ladakh Bhavan, and today it's the 5th day ending of our fast.
There's a program, focus program that is also going to take place very soon, sir. Can you take us through that in next couple of days?
No, not at all. No, I don't know where you get your information. All I have said is people can keep a vrat, a fast, upwas, along with us in their own places, and this is Ekadashi also on 13th, the Sunday, which is a day of vrat or upwas. So we are asking people if they would like, they can keep a day's upwas along with us in their own places.
Mr. Wangchuk, you just said that this is about Himalayan ecology,
We
not
will be
only.
doing it from Ladakh Bhavan. Yeah.
You have spoken about the Himalayan ecology. How is Himalayan ecology
Yes.
becoming vulnerable
Yes.
in context of the present developmental projects? Can you take us through that, sir?
Yes, in two ways. Firstly, because of global warming and climate change, our glaciers are melting very fast because Himalayas are more sensitive. Temperatures there are rising even faster than other places. Secondly, any human activity in the area of glaciers in high Himalayas, trans Himalayas like Ladakh, cause our glaciers to melt even faster. So, right now there are many plans to bring industries, mining, dams, hydropower, etc. in Ladakh, and there is a limit to how much this sensitive area can handle. So, therefore, these glaciers are in high risk, and if they melt fast, it will not be just a loss for people in Ladakh, but the entire North India depends on the glaciers of the Himalayas. So, there will be very soon effects on the rest of the nation, because glaciers in the Himalaya are often called the third pole, the largest freshwater reservoir after the north and the south pole, and roughly a quarter of the world's population depend on Himalayan glaciers directly or indirectly.
Mr. Wangchuk, you have innovated, you have worked with the civil society. Is there a way in which we can make the lives of the people who are living on Himalayas better? They can have the modern amenities, but without compromising their environment, food, water, their natural resources.
Yes, there are many ways of doing development in balanced ways, and I have been working for the last 35 years on those, how to make cold polar winters in Ladakh warm with solar energy. I've been designing, innovating buildings for the local people and our brothers in the Indian Army, so that when it is outside minus 20, minus 30, inside it can be plus 20. Similarly, I have been working on water issues, artificial glaciers, greening and vegetating the flood-ridden valleys, many such projects, and it was only in 2019 when Ladakh became a UT that I saw the biggest challenge ever to the ecology of the region, because now there were to be no safeguards, rampant, unbridled, freedom for exploiting the high Himalayas, and that will be a very unfortunate thing, to treat the Himalayas like a use and throw object, like you are doing in the big cities anyway with every resource. We cannot treat the Himalayas in this use and throw ways. We will have to conserve it for our future generations, for their water, for their security. Himalayas have provided security to the nation, and it's a hub of environment and climate for the entire South Indian peninsula.
Mr. Wangchuk, your YATRA is also about empowerment. So, how important is sixth schedule for Ladakh and why?
So, sixth schedule empowers and strengthens local people, local indigenous people in Ladakh, so that they can take decisions about how it is managed. They can make laws in the council with elected representatives. Right now, there is no elected representative forum like an assembly or a council which can make laws. Similarly, we saw that the same is needed all over Himalayas, in Himachal Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, all over Himalayas. There should be various provisions, existing or new ones, to safeguard the Himalayas from this exploitation, yes, for our future.
Mr. Wangchuk, two more questions before we stop this interview. One is, why do you think that separate Lok Sabha seats for Kargil and Leh are important?
I won't be able to speak a lot.
Why are these?
No, that's not at all right now urgent. It will happen when there's delimitation of constituencies. So it's been suspended for now.
And Public Service Commission, sir?
Yes, for the youth. Our youth have been unemployed. There have been not even a single appointment at officers level for the last 6 years or so. So the young people are aging and their age limits are going, so they are feeling frustrated. So you can imagine how it is if you study in different parts of the country expecting to be employed, and there are no recruitments for 5 to 6 years. Ladakh, according to surveys, has the second highest educated unemployment rate in the whole country. It's a dangerous situation for the nation to keep the youth without jobs and without voice. There is no democracy, no employment, and you're talking about a very sensitive border area flanked by hostile countries like China on one side and Pakistan on the other. This is not a good situation for the country to leave Ladakh like this.
Mr. Wangchuk, has abrogation of Article 370 and creation of a separate union territory empowered a Ladakhi, a Kargili? What has been the experience of the people post bifurcation?
Well, no, that's why we are, please don't ask such questions. If it had empowered, why would we be sitting here hungry? Why would we be walking all the way from Ladakh? Of course it has not, and that's why we are here. What kind of question is this?
No, I think you took it otherwise. What I meant was that 370 as a narrative, it claims that it empowers people. So I'm saying that if it hasn't empowered people, how has been the experience of a Ladakhi?
It has not.
It has not empowered people.
I told you how it has no forum for democracy, no safeguards, and therefore we are speaking to you on my 5th day of hunger, and you ask, has it empowered?
And he says that Article 317, creation of 2 units, has actually disempowered the people of Ladakh, and it is for this they have taken out the YATRA. Now, this is a counter narrative. There is a narrative which says that the 370 is empowered, but then you have people who are saying that the 370 has also created problems in areas like Ladakh, where the forums required for an average person is absent. So this was Sonam Wangchuk on Onpoint. Thank you.
Cooking is an act of law. The first act of law